Hey everyone, welcome to Gaming in the Keats. I'm your host Chris, and I am doing a Dragon's Den number 4 list review. That's right. Right now I am alone, and I will be joined momentarily by the person who is hosting this event, Mark Shalone, up in Pennsylvania. Nottingham, Pennsylvania. It's going to be at a park. We're doing it picnic style. Indeed, yes. We'll be playing outdoors, weather permitting. And so it's not so much like a tournament, um, but it's effectively like a game day. And we're trying to get as many people from the Mid-Atlantic as we can, just interested, just coming up. We have roughly about 7 people coming in on Saturday. So that's like a one day. And then we're going to have another group come in on Sunday. So we weren't able to do it as like a 2-day tournament event. We just weren't able to do that given the availability of everyone. But we wanted to do something. And this is what we got. So momentarily, Mark will be joining me. Um, but that being said, I must say, it is a bit of a shame. I feel like I'm watching our Mid-Atlantic scene kind of dwindle all of a sudden. And I don't feel like it's necessarily something like we're losing it to other gaming systems. But I don't know. It's just like the momentum has kind of died at the moment, or it's dwindled. But there's still at least like somewhat of a core of us. We still play the Ninth Age. We're still here. We are kicking and ferociously playing our toy soldiers from a fan-made game, and it's a lot of fun. Not gonna lie. So, all right. The cool thing is, I'm gonna go through these slides here, and let's see how this goes. This is probably going to be a bit short of a live stream. Like I said, we only have I think about 7 or 8 lists in for the event, but yeah, why don't we get into it? Why don't we go ahead, get into it? And you know what? I appreciate you being here. I really do, on this wonderful Thursday evening, or if you're in Europe or across the pond, Friday morning. So we are going into the first slide here. We're going with Benjamin Keller, Slender Ben. He's going with Demon Legions this time. I normally play him with his Warriors of the Dark Gods, but he's switching over to the Demon Legions, which I think is fantastic. It's awesome. Um, so we're going through it here. We're going with Miser of Sugalug. He's an adept of evocation. We've got a nice old Whispers of the Veil, of course, the Dam, Touch of the Reaper. We got some unnatural roots for some extra resolute, and we got the good old-fashioned mirrored scales. Now and then we go down to that beautiful Omen of Savar. He's Glory Hunter. I love this. I love the Glory Hunter upgrade on those duelist characters just to help you complete that secondary if you needed extra help. Um, I think this is really cool. So he's got his like 6 spells in here: Foresight, Chance of Redemption, Stars Align. Got an extra attack with Hammer Hand, and he's got his Hatred with Bronze Backbone. So he's definitely very, very killy, meant for killing characters, of course. And yeah, hopefully he gets the business done. We've got some 19 Lemures with the Toporus Tendrils. I think that's the old Chilling Yawn version, so it's the -2 agility. So I have a feeling, if I'm not mistaken, that the Omen will go into that unit because I feel like that combos very nicely with the Omen, so at least the Omen can kill the thing that's meant to kill before it hits it back. We got 2 units of 15 Succubi just for scoring objectives. And they're still Succubi. They'll still hurt you if you give them the chance. We got 2 units of Blazing Glories. I love them. I think they're a lot of fun. You got a lot of AP at the moment. We got double clawed fiends with piercing spikes, so they have that extra AP. These guys are now AP 3, which is pretty sweet. And clawed fiends are agility 6. So I'm looking at that like, oh crap. So the clawed fiends I think are going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, I'd like to, and then we got at the very end bloat flies. We got 5 of them. So that's a big, meaty unit. It's a scoring unit that I really like. Ben, I swear, you're making me want to play my Demon Legions again. I know I've been trying to figure out this Dread Elf puzzle, but yeah, Demon Legions, here we go. I think to be honest, like I don't have an answer for that miser. That guy, that guy's just a pain. I think he's going to be pretty fun. He's a cheaper miser. I've seen the ones that are a bit more resilient, but I think this one does the job exactly well, like exactly what it needs to. So, and I really like the Omen pick here too. Excuse me, everyone. I am indeed typing away. So, Ben, I love the list. There's like barely any range damage, but who cares? So, let's see what we got. Oh, this is my list. Oh God. So I'm going with the one that you've probably seen with the 2 recent battle reports. I haven't changed it. Um, this is well, just some slight changes, I should say. Just the core changed a little bit. For me, I'm just going with a standard Dread Prince on the Manticore. We're not even upgrading her for like an extraordinary specimen, but she's still extraordinary, of course, in her own right. She's got the lacerating touch, so it's like 7 attacks with paired weapons, which is great. And a talisman of shielding, so 3 up, 5 up. She's mobile. She'll just fly around, hopefully beat up some stuff, and I'll try to not have her die. But no, when she gets into the right targets, like she really does work. Then we have a good old Exarch. I went with Divination this time. No Alchemy. Alchemy is indeed really awesome, but I'm going with Divination. We got some Foresight, Chance of Redemption, so Divine Attacks just in case. Oh, and then Stars Align, so rerolls to hit. And then we have the Elven Finesse, so it's like a defensive build. So yeah, she's squishy, but like whatever. And then we got an extra spell, Siren Scales, and then we have a cheeky Silent Assassin. She has been named Buffy over the years because when I first actually made the model, her first target as an assassin was to kill a vampire, and she did exactly that. So James and I deemed her Buffy, and she is since then making James cry. Then we got in my core, I've switched it up a little bit. So now we went with 28 spears with the Stalker Standard, 2 units of Corsairs with handbows. And I gave them standard bearers to help me get my other secondary, the Capture the Flags. But they're not scoring. They're just going to light troops around, do some stand and shoots, die for the cause, etc. Or support combats when need to. A unit of 5 Shadow Riders to indeed die. Then we got for cool factor here. I'm not saying this is good, but I think it's cool. We got 24 Obsidian Guard with a Banner of Speed. You know, I had the Cadron's Pennant on there, but it was 5 points too expensive. So I made it a Banner of Speed instead. That's it. That's the only reason why. Yeah, you know, they're gonna be there, and they're like my pseudo battle standard bearer bubble, and they're Obsidian Guard. You know, they're pretty spicy in combat. They're gonna be rocking next to the spears. On my flanks, you're gonna be seeing 2 units of 6 Dread Knights with lances and the Banner of Orlane, so they get their sweet, juicy little devastating charge, +1 attack. Then I will say, if you're watching live, Mark, if you happen to be doing that, if you click the link, it should give me an ability to invite you into the room. I'm going to send it again just in case. So, But in the meantime, yes, we have my Dread Knights with their devastating charge. Um, +1 attack. I've been really liking them. They've been fun. They're helping me score objectives. They're helping me like punch through some things if need be. Um, we got a Divine Altar of Knob this time, so a nice little 12-inch Fury bubble. So I think they go well with the Obsidian Guard and the Spears. They make those units like just hit that extra bit harder. And of course, with Stars Align, the rerolls to hit, it pairs very nicely. Um, Then a cheeky little unit of 5 Dread Acolytes. I've been really liking this unit actually, and I think like this magic setup for the Dread Elves, for me personally, I'm having a lot of fun with. It fulfills my needs. Um, I can still take the Hereditary for a little bit of extra AP, but other than that, I have double -1 resilience. I have a random movement just in case. And rerolls to hit, +2 offense defense, a magical move and divine attacks. Reroll, it's all good. I'm happy. And then at the end of the day, we got some 5 black cloaks just to screen. Well, okay, screen, excuse me. Hold on, we're not playing 40K here. Um, uh, just to drop these chaps down and to get in the way and let me get the charges that I want. They are most likely going to die, but they're still, they're an interesting unit that I've found to be very useful. So there you have it. Cha-cha. Um, we got Lynn Fermento on Harbor now. So I know Lynn is going to be with the Sunday group, not the Saturday group. So far, Ben, from my understanding, Ben is going to be with both Saturday and Sunday group. I'm only on Saturday group. Lynn is going to only be on the Sunday group. And so with Lynn's Highborn Elf list, he's rocking that Order of the Fiery Heart Mage. We've got a Wizard Master of Alchemy because, duh, alchemy is fucking awesome. And we got him in McCloak, so he's just going to chill in the back of a unit and hopefully not die. We got a nice little Sliver Prince. Yeah, great, with some MR2. That Prince is just there to help beef up the unit that he's in. And then we got a Battle Standard Bearer, Commander, Warden of the Flame, with a Halberd. Yeah. And some extra channel. So just some support characters every now and again. 29 Seaguard with the Navigator's banner. It's that cheeky. Here we go. I'm adding Mark to the page now. Hello, Mark. Welcome.
Sorry I'm late. Sorry, working in the great state of Texas right now. So I do apologize. Till then, have a beer.
Cheers, mate. Well, thank you so much for joining. I've gone through my list and then Ben's list. So we're on Lynn's list at the moment. So we're 3 in. So I've kind of described the event at the moment of, it's not quite like the tournament style. It's more of that whole like 2 game days back to back in a row. One group is playing on Saturday, one group's playing on Sunday. And to me, it almost feels like if this is like our attempt to just keep this hobby alive, keep the game alive, and just keeping our group in the Mid-Atlantic just meeting and having fun together. What do you think?
That's exactly why I chose to do it this way. Originally, yes, it was meant to be a 2-day tournament event. I mean, usually, and I've done it before. I expected between 16 to 20 people to show up, and it just so happens real life. It's that time of year. Kids, jobs, myself included. Like I don't fly in home until tomorrow night. So it's like so what we're doing is, and it's interesting, other than Ben and myself, we actually have two different groups. So like Lynn is going to be Sunday, Rich is going to be Sunday, um and myself and Ben are both days, and we've got 4 different people with Ben and myself on Saturday. So that's what we need to do. It's what we're going to do. And we're still not getting people like Aaron and a few others, just because of Brandon, just because of life. So again, it's the time of year. We've had some trials and tribulations in the Mid Atlantic. due to game store issues. And I think I think we're definitely going to keep going with the game. I think everyone who's been playing, we're getting some more players thanks to Chris W. Um, and I think we all need to turn around and start doing that. I'm just waiting for we just all need to be social and keep driving it because my opinion, it's a better game. It's fun. We don't care what models you use. You've got that other game from a company that starts with the letter G. Come on down. We'll make it work. I mean, it's like we don't care. We're here to have fun, not just not play Hero Hammer and not just bash your face in.
Yeah. Oh, I completely, I'm on board with that. Um, but you can still, what's great about, again, what's great about the ninth age, in my opinion, from what I've played here, is that it's like it's a very, for my experience, it's a very in depth and tactical game that requires a lot of thought, and so it's
Yeah,
um but at the same
it's
time, it's like the attempt is to achieve like a state of balance throughout all different play styles and lists as best as, to the ability of
for
what
the
you can
army.
do, right? And so,
For
I mean, at this rate, like, I'm just down to have fun. Let's go.
exactly, exactly. So meanwhile, sorry I'm a couple minutes late. Uh, did you have any questions regarding opinions about your list and Ben's list before we go further into anything? Or and by the
Sure.
way, I'm painting as we do this.
Oh, you hobby dog, you.
My
Um,
wife laughed at me as I brought all these models with me, and I feel very disappointed in myself. I barely touched them, but I've been having a good time here in the great state of Texas.
nice. I'm happy to hear it. Well, at least I was saying with Ben's list, like, I personally, my list doesn't have an answer for his miser. I love the glory hunter on the Omen Savar. I love that he's got those two fast flanking units of the fiends, and fiends now being at agility 6 are like, that's pretty devilish in my opinion.
So what are they? 7 on the charge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless now granted, unless they like updated it again. um But from my recollection, Fiend's got to agility 6 now, and then blowflies are no longer light troops. If I have that correct,
They're scoring.
they are indeed square, and that's a chunky unit.
So he and I have been playing with his lists because um, Ben is actually joining me in Europe, and he's been trying to add some more punch, fill some more roles. And to your point, those bloat flies, yeah, they only have 2 attacks. They're strength 6, AP 3, and if they fail their saves, they can still kill you and
Right,
stop.
and
Yeah,
it's like one of those things where that's a unit where if your list doesn't have the tools to deal with it, like, psh, good luck.
and that fargan miser. Oh my
Yep.
god. I mean, need I say more? That miser's just mean, man. It's what is it? It's automatically has one rank plus a natural roots, which gives it one additional rank.
Hmm.
What's the rule it gives? It starts a Seaguard had the same rule. But
Is
that resolute.
Resolute one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So
we
you
got
can get rid
actually
of it and
and
flank it.
also
Good
we
luck
got nice.
flanking the darn thing.
Oh gosh, right. Yeah, you basically just gotta like combat resolve it to death. But
And
the
pray you don't
interesting
have a
about
character or magic items.
the only, now that I think about it, the only thing that I'm like missing from the build, which would make it more expensive, of course, you'd have to like find points somewhere else. But like the only thing I'm missing is that one manifestation that means that units charging it lose devastating charge.
It's got enough crap on that.
But that's like
I'm not
it's like it's a cheap enough upgrade where it's just like all those like all those lances that you have, for example, just like lose their devastating charge, so that then because it has that whole oh gosh, where you have to re-roll successful to wound rolls against it, it just makes it that much like chunkier.
We'll get to my list. I only have 2 units with lances.
I'm Mark. Hey now. But we do have a nice little chat coming in here, saying that this person is it's a great game, referring to the ninth age, but the rules changing so much makes it hard to keep up for casual players, and I can certainly relate to that thought as well. Um,
So that's why it's been on a freeze since March, and it plans on being on a freeze. And leadership of the Ninth Age finally, and look, as someone who was working with them as a staff member, we get it. Many of us have had the same argument and discussions, and that's why it's currently frozen. Because take this miser for instance. Personally, I think this miser's way too cheap for what he's able to do, and I think Ben would actually agree with me with that regarding that miser. But you know what? There's nothing that's going to be done right now because it's a freeze, because there wasn't enough benefit of only doing like 5 point upgrades or a tweak here, a tweak there continuously, because all it did was upset people. So you're not going to see any changes at least until after August, if not the first of the year.
well, hopefully, yeah, and hopefully that with this freeze, that might inspire people who have possibly left with frustration of those rules changing. This might inspire people to come back and like revisit the game, and be
Yeah.
like, hey, like we have some constants here, we have some like stability now. Of course, when it comes to testing a game, that flux and that turmoil is just going to be inevitable.
Yeah, and
So
that's what everyone needs to understand is that, remember, they don't have playtesters. They don't have they do have mathematicians because guy originally who's running the show, I think he's an astrophysicist, smart, nice guy, Eric. But here's the thing: is like they utilize the public as their playtesters, and that is not always going to give you the inspiring results you want to see. So I think it's going in the right direction. I'll say it like that.
yeah,
Um,
I like that thought, and I mean the final thought, perhaps from um, Gabriel, if I'm pronouncing your name right or not, I do apologize. Stating that they feel that just with 2.0, with 4,000 points would have achieved a similar goal, but speeding up the game. And I think we're there's always the intent of speeding up the game is certainly that's been the case,
yeah.
and I can absolutely I cannot relate more to that of wanting to play the game faster.
Oh my
So,
God! And my
and the fact
last,
that you're like still that the fact that you're here and watching and like interacting, this is awesome.
yeah,
So
please.
yes.
And I'll say this is my last couple of games. I don't know about you, Chris. My last couple of games only lasted 2.5 hours. That's like playing old an older game that this one stemmed from back in the day. Okay, at 2,500 points. So I've been tickled pink with the amount of time it's been taking me to play these games.
Well, hey, and we sally forward. We keep moving. I think so, sort of revisiting my list here. I mean, I don't feel like there's any real tricks to it. It has its flanking units to help zone objectives in whatever way they can. It has my rule of cool 24 Obsidian Guard because I wanted the Obsidian Guard. Like,
Hey, you know what? That is a mean unit. I like those in like units of 10. I remember Joe Finlayson, I think, used to do it. They had 4 units of 10
Yeah,
um sitting guards running around the board, and you're just like, get those things away from me.
and like I was, experimenting around with like doing them in the well because I only had like a full like 20 models plus unit fillers. So it was
Mhm.
like I really could only do between 2 units of 10 to 14 realistically on the table.
Yeah.
Um and unfortunately the problem I kept running into was that like they just die and give up points and give up like the secondary or primary.
And
And like they'd still hurt you on the way out, no doubt. But I just like, you know what? I was just feeling it, Mark. I was just like, I want the big unit. I'm gonna, no surprise to anyone maybe, but like I'm gonna put the assassin in there. Um, Most likely. Just to give it that little bit of extra punch. And yeah, like it's my pseudo BSB. I'm happy with that. Like, um, yeah, there's no
and go ahead.
Yeah, there's no real, we got the Fury knob, not the Strider one. So we got like rerolls to hit. Like if you don't stop that spell, you got the double -1 resilience. You got a random movement shenanigans in there. So I think
Solid.
like yeah, exactly. Like I think most of my opponents focus down the Obsidian Guard and then all of a sudden they have like a Manticore running behind their lines and knights coming down their flank, which is what I found. Um,
Well, don't tell people how to play against you.
oh, you know.
Um,
I
I mean, I can tell you my game plan against that list. Avoid the Obsidian
don't,
Guard.
I don't want to hear it, Mark. Don't tell me. I want to figure it out in the battle.
That's right.
Um,
I'll have to schedule it so you and I play game one.
Indeed, yes. Um, so then I was just when you came in, we were going over as I'm like as if I was with other people. I was going over Lynn Fermento's list.
The other people in your head, we don't talk to them. It's like we don't talk about Bruno.
You have to like there's a way to like again, it's like deep breathing to just tune them out. uh
There's medication for this, and I'm a
there's medication
pharmacist
for
for those
that.
of you who don't get the joke.
um but anyway, we got the fiery heart mage on Master of Alchemy, right? Wait, that's just gross. um we
How
got
do you
the
feel about
silver
alchemy
prince.
nowadays?
So personally, I think alchemy is actually really good.
Okay.
um you get like it's not so much the two missiles, they're not like end all be all missiles here. Like it's not like pyromancy, right? But those missiles just like they get work done consistently, right? In my opinion. Um
So
in combination
Quicksilver. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, in combination with having to stop like a +1 to hit or a -1 armor save, or like the only one that's a little weird is the wall.
I think
um
it's underutilized.
but I think a good player can absolutely find a use for that, because that's effectively what, a -1 to hit and cover.
It's distracting, can cover against a gun line. So, and I did this to an opponent last night, and it's like, go ahead, charge me. He charges me. And he goes, all right, I'm hitting you on twos. I'm like, you're hitting me on fives. He goes, what? I'm like, first, parry, which you knew about. We said that several times. Secondly, that's a wall. You are sitting on the wall. That's distracting. So you're hitting me on fives. And he goes, I didn't realize that. Ah, crap. And that's what you do with that. I mean, it's a good little defensive spell if you're going against gun lines or you're going against a hyper aggressive list that's just going to be shoved down your throat.
Which I think makes alchemy very interesting, because I feel like a lot of like almost all the other spells are very offensive. But then when you throw in that cheeky like wall in there, for the -1 to hit, like distracting, like because it's not quite the same, of course. But yeah, I think that will certainly surprise people.
Yeah, it just unfortunately with this list, it's like, what do you give up? Do you give up? Honestly, I would have given up Living Steel. Does he really need +1 to hit magical attacks? That's just me. Considering he's an elf.
Right.
Um, I would have, but corruption of 10. Well, you've got 29 Seaguard at AP 0. That makes now that a spell I really want to make sure I stop. Molten Copper, I want to make sure I mean, that's an opportunity. For those who don't know me, I play KOE. Typically, I am this tournament, because that's what I hopefully plan on bringing to ETC currently. Um, and I mean, that one, Quicksilver Lash, absolutely. Word of Iron. So now he goes from a 4 up to from a 5 up to a 3 up armor save. Well, I mean, maybe he gives that up because his Flame Wardens, which is another big brick to deal with, has a 4 up Aegis all the time. It's a tough call.
It
It's
is.
it has too many really good spells for
I mean,
for a
like
situational spell to be taken.
like oh my god, the moment you said Word of Iron, I immediately was like, my heart just fell because I was like, oh my god, that on Flame Wardens just bums me out.
My attitude is they'll never die. They have a 4 up Aegis.
Then you caught the, in my opinion, like I wouldn't say obligatory, but like kind of like, yeah, why wouldn't you take this unit? Like 10 Knights of Ryman with a Stalker standard. Like they're awesome. I really like the unit.
Absolutely.
Um,
What's not to like?
double double Sky Sloop, great. And then here's the interesting one: the two Reaver Chariots.
Why
What
is
do you
that
think about
interesting?
the Reaver Chariots?
Cheap 170 point unit that's going to turn around be anti chaff chaff. You have to deal with it. If you have a bunker or smaller units, you're playing MSU. Those things are great against MSUs because of the impact hits.
Right, and they're charged 10, right?
Yes, or
Or
no,
9.
9. They're charged
9.
9, I
Okay.
think.
Okay.
At the same token, you don't care if they die. Um, and the way I look at this list is he's got this seems like it's a gun line that's designed to keep you away, and that's what the Reavers are there to do.
It's great. And that's 8 health points too, right? Of
Oh yeah,
170 points. Like,
Rima controls one flank. The Reavers control the other flank, because and they're going to control the weaker of the two flanks. You've got the Flame Wardens on one. Flame Warden's kind of there in the middle. You got Seaguard on one side, the Archers on the other, and the Reavers just running up the middle to keep you at bay, so that the 17 are that I mean that's 36 shots plus the 2 Sky Sloops. And I just want to see here. He's got the longbow with he's got the of course the sliver of the blazing dawn. Hate that thing. Um,
yeah,
and BSB, Warren of the Flame, which I think is also a 4 up Aegis, Longbow, Halberd, Talisman of the Void. And yeah, I mean, this is designed to just pepper you, pepper you, pepper you, and then slam you hard. That's how I view this list.
yeah. I mean,
Pricey
I
doesn't have
think,
any of his little chickens running around.
like the Eagles or
No, the Phoenixes.
the Phoenixes. Oh, right. Yes. Flaming chickens. Um, yeah, very nicely done. Good luck, Lynn.
I think he needs to paint them like the Colonel, Kentucky
Um,
Fried style.
well,
Sorry, bad joke. That's a dad joke. I'm a dad.
you're forgiven. Soon to be dead. No, actually, hold on. I can't say that yet.
All right.
um, So we're on to your list. Speaking.
I'll let you.
Well, yes.
Um,
So,
I'll let you go through my list. Go ahead.
well, I know your paladin is an asshole.
His name is
um,
Steve.
Steve does not like to die. He's I'd say what
Hold
he's
on.
pretty tanky. He's a pretty tanky build. We've got a bastard sword with shield breaker now. I think they changed shield breaker, right?
There is no
Wait.
limitation of only wounds on threes. It just so against Take Lynn's army, he's a little bastard.
um, then we got so I like this, the damsel on the Pegasus Charger, Wizard Master of Shamanism. Um, yeah, you got your Predator's Instinct for, oh yeah, that's good. Got Savage Fury, Swarm, Wild Spikes. Oh, can you describe Wild Spikes for us now?
It's a grind that's strength four grind attacks at strength 6, AP 3 that you put on a model part, on a single model part of a single model.
Nice. So like,
So
oh man, I mean
and
that's just
totemic.
right. So yeah, so could you put Wild Spikes on your Totemic Summon?
Oh yeah, as a matter of fact, I've put 5-up Aegis on the totemic summons.
Right, because of your Orisons, right? Is that correct?
Yep, that's
Oh,
exactly correct. It is a friendly model.
that's beautiful. So you got that extra, channel, um, and then you got a binding scroll, of course. I understand
Yep.
that. Then we got a folk hero. Does the damsel and folk hero have a name?
Um. Well, Sir William is the folk hero because that's my BSB. Always is my BSB. Um. As for the damsel, she's not Lady Cell. Lady Cell was the Druidism master. I need to think of a new name for her. Flying around on the Pegasus.
And do you have her ready to go, modeled up? The new one?
I've got a peg, I've got a base, and I've got a damsel that's mostly painted, not fine tuned. So yeah, you'll see a damsel flying around on a Pegasus.
Nice.
So it won't be my best. I haven't finished her, if that's your question. Like right now, my main goal is I need to get these little dirty rotten bastards because I need 13 of these. And
Mm,
they are at the bottom of this list here.
gotcha. So we have your BSB. He's the cleric guy, right? So he's like doing CPR on your knights.
He is doing CPR, but he also doesn't like things with armor because he's got a crush attack.
Right, the giant slayer. Um we got and this is where I just like absolutely love this aspect of your list, as in just your list in the fact that it's just 5 knight lances. And you're just like, what's chaff? Who needs that?
I've played games with lots of chaff, and do me a favor, let me go back to Ben's list.
Do do do.
All right, Ben's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 offensive units because the succubi, God help you if you're infantry. And you got the 2 blazing glories, as well, I'll say as an offensive unit. And then the character, the miser, the omen's going in the unit. But then the miser, that's 8 offensive units. And even his chaff, which are the blazing glories, and look, they're priced at 320. They're hard as nails. Let's go back to your list for a quick sec. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Those 5 acolytes are nothing to scoff at when they charge your flank. All right, because how many attacks is that with their dread acolytes?
These are the wizardy ones. So they're only the 2 attacks at the moment.
Okay, all right, so that's still
But I still
4.
will do it. If you give me a flank with that unit, I will 100% do it.
Okay, but that's still 4 combat units. Agreed? I'm not counting the Corsairs. I'm not counting the Shadow Riders.
Right. Yep. And then you got the little Manticore flying around.
And then the Manticore. That's five. All right. Go back to Lynn's list. Seaguard, Flame Wardens, the Knights of Rima. That's three combat bricks. What I found is I had 1 unit of Knights of the Realm, the Knights of the Quest, a unit of infantry, which just didn't really fit in a KOE, at least not the way I was running it, and everything else was chaff. I'm like, I'm getting myself run over. So if now go back to my list, this, as you said, I now have five combat bricks and an ass hat running around the board. That's how I feel. And the gentleman I played last night, who Serb, awesome guy. He asked me, he's like, your damsel's on a peg. How the hell do you keep her alive? By the end of the game, he's like, no, I see how you keep her alive. She's nowhere near getting into threat range because she flies 16 inches. And I used to have her on a heraldic steed, which I love. However, it's only res 3, and if you roll Witchfire, you've
Oh
got a
yeah.
decent chance to kill her because it's all strength 3. So if I roll 4 dice on a spell, that's 8 hits, should be 4 wounds, and I saved 1.5 maybe. So there's a good chance she dies. Okay. Versus her, let's see, I'm wounding at 8 hits. I'm only winning with a third, which is 3 wounds. I should save one of those. So the chicken will live, typically. Because I need 5 to wound her because of that. So that's why she is the way she is.
Yeah. I mean, you have like, I love that element of it because it's just like you have like those five lances just to keep basically everything else just away from her, and she has all the movement to just she doesn't
Mhm.
need the aside from swarm of insects, like she doesn't need to be like looking at things, right? Like
36-inch range on that spell. She doesn't have to be within range of you.
is swarm of insects now is that still a missile or is that now
Still
just
a missile.
hex damage?
Still a missile. But she's height
Okay.
3, so she sees over my entire army other than my paladin.
Oh yeah, he's height 4. I saw that and I was like, huh.
And yeah, so
Interesting.
pretty happy with that. The Flaming Standard is a new add-on for me. Um, the 12 Knights are expensive. I had to find a place for that Relic Shroud. That's my bound spell. Um, and let's see, Knights of the Quest. Need I say more? They are usually what people avoid the entire game. Um, and my Knight's Penitent, which people underestimate.
Yeah, they're rough. I think they'll just see, like, for example, your 6 Knights Penitent, but then be like, "Oh, wait, that unit has 12 health points." And they're
12
first strikes.
health points, 12 attacks at either at 6 at strength 5 AP 0 and 6 at strength 6 AP 3.
Yeah, it's yeah. There's no they are no joke.
No.
Um,
Um,
I do like the flaming standard in here. I'm not gonna lie. It's like a nice little like tool. I know it's situational, but it's a nice little tool that
I get tired of regens. It's
yeah.
like, here comes my paladin who's divine, and there's my opponent going, um, screw you, hippie. I've got fortitude.
Fortitude.
So I got really tired of that. So now I'm going, screw you, hippie. I've got flaming.
Nice. All right, shall we?
Mhm.
Okay, so I had to truncate,
Oh, God, this list is actually mean, man.
this is yeah, this is a list where I personally think it's like screw you elves. Like I feel like um I've played against multiple iterations of this particular list. Um and this is the one where I feel like is the most like tailored to hurt me. It's
What
rough.
have you done to Chris lately?
That's when if you're watching this, post in the comments, what have I done to you? Please,
Chris is going, you know what you did. You
you
know
played
it.
Dread Elves. That's what you did. um, but yeah, so he's got the Pyromancy Master, and then oh yeah, but see, here's what's interesting. I think when we were talking about this, with Flaming Swords, it's Flaming Swords is the one that he's probably going to switch out for like a Fireball,
Hmm.
like depending on the matchup. But other than that, it's just like he has so many damage. It's just so many ways to hurt you from range in this list. Like we've got 8 Mad Gits, we've got two Goblin Artilleries that if they roll, I think now it's that if they roll the one, they actually shoot out the Mad Git. Um, So it's like yeah, it's like an extra mad get if they hit the one, which is pretty funny. Then you've got the some neophytes, but then you also got like two scrap wagons and then two wrecking teams. Aside from the pyromancer,
Hmm.
so if you can get into combat with this list, aside from that big block of spears, right, with the
He's got
Golga
two
Cauldron.
two blocks of spears, and he's got one huge block of poison spears.
Well, oh yeah, yeah. The 25 block, I mean, they're there, I think, to like really score, like if he needs to do some primary objective stuff.
Yeah, but he can
Um,
throw in because he's got two one oh, he's just running out 8 man gets. I've been seeing a lot of lists, especially orcs and goblin lists that have like whatever the other dudes are, that like can pop out in units almost like assassins, but not quite.
the
And
Maulers, yeah.
yeah, those things are baller. Seeing that a lot.
What's what's interesting though, I think, is people might underestimate, but those goblin demigods that go into those two rabble units, like they're nice because they can, they help keep those units like count as being within their battle standard bearer range. But then they're also like they also have spears, and then they can become like AP4 all of a sudden and
He's
AP5.
missing musicians.
He's missing musicians. Is he? Oh, spear. No, but this well, that's the standard bearer with the captain makes them count as being within the battle standard bearers range. The musician, I think, is the one for the general's leadership range.
No, I thought standard. Well, I'm gonna double check that. I thought it was the other way around. I thought standard was for general, and musician was for BSB for rally around the flags. I'll, you keep going while I look this up.
Oh, okay. But of course, as you know, like there's still goblins, so you think you're about to corner 25 spears and then to like push them off an objective, and then all of a sudden, like at the top of your turn, they just yeah, they pop out 3 mad gits. You're like, oh, I don't want to charge that unit anymore.
All right. So if a unit has rally around the flag, then he counts as being within standard bearers range.
Yep.
If the unit has musician, so you were correct, then they count as being in general's command presence. So
Um,
what's their discipline?
Goblin. So they'd be with the demigod, whatever the goblin demigog's discipline is.
I'm looking it up.
It's probably an 8 or maybe 9.
If it's 9, I'll be shocked.
My guess is 8.
8.
Okay, so they get an 8 rerollable.
and they
but
are
for like,
disciplined. How
yeah,
the hell are goblins disciplined and yet my guys aren't?
goblins went to school. I don't know.
Goblins with this. I'm a hoity-toity knight. Who needs to be disciplined? All right.
Your knights were too stuck in their like aristocracy to like. I don't know how to logic this, Mark, but I agree. Um, but then here's another cheeky fun part about the list is the Nasher bait. And the Nashers, they get like the combined with the war cry, they get the fury with the extra maximized charge, which is like and the remember the Nasher Dashers do fly.
Yeah, honestly, that pump wagon is scarier than what people give it credit for.
Oh my gosh.
That Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, it's I 100% agree with you. It's like the agility it will those grinds, like if he rolls well on those grinds, they just
Your strength 4 AP, something that has you going, what the hell was that?
like
Yeah.
what just hit me? Yeah.
And it's like, how much is that stupid thing? 110 points?
Right. Like that's the hardest part about this list is that you're always there's like no good trade for you, right?
Not for me, anyway.
Like so even though things are going to die, like they will take you out and you just realize you just invested like 300 some points in like a 150 point unit.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just like,
It's rough.
you just sit there and go, what the hell was that?
Yeah, this is
But
it's a very it is a tough list. I mean, I've definitely struggled against playing this list. So, nicely
I
done,
think
man.
Chris is going to do well on Saturday. Um, I mean, yeah, and the Git launcher. Although, honestly, I feel the Git launch is kind of out of place here, but I understand why it's there. And also for 160 points, why not?
Yeah.
At least it
Hey,
doesn't do what it used to
extra extra mad gets if you know.
do.
And it's still and then if it hits you, it's still like being hit by a mad get.
Yeah,
The
very much so.
ugh. Um, let's go to Jeff's list. Um,
Jeff, if you're listening, your army is an asshat to me. I love it, man, but it is just mean.
I think
This is
would
not
you
what I expected. What the hell, man? I was expecting to see his VC stuff. He's having fun.
he is and it's
That's
like a
still a nasty list.
yeah, it's like a battleship list, right? Like you got everything basically fights aside from, the eagle. Um I mean, Pat and like he's got he's got the shooting in there,
Hmm.
the 25 bows plus the pathfinders plus kestrels. Pathfinders like will absolutely make you cry if you don't respect them. I like I mean, yeah, we got a wizard master of shamanism. That's Jeff special. You got the super killy forest prince, but he's still fairly cheap, right? Like he's like bare bones minimum, but will still kill you.
Yeah. I'd have to look. I think Spirit of the Whirlwind is like extra attack, extra AP.
Plus the wild
Um,
hunter is it's like it's combining those extra attacks, I think.
but only on the charge. So
Uh,
basically, if you live through the charge, you got this. If you don't, you're
if
up a
you
creek without a paddle.
the key word, Mark, if you live through the charge.
Yeah, I'm just going to do a quick look up. But as you said, the key phrase, the friendly phrase right now is if. If
Right.
if is good.
Predators,
Um,
instincts. Yeah, that makes sense. Waken the beasts. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
so wait, he's got, and of course, all those Sylvans is +1 AP. So he's got a light lance. So that I have to look up what that those things are. But those wild huntsmen, I'll have to look up their strength. The force
Strengths.
prince
Oh, they're
is
Sylvan Blades. I think they're strength 4 with the extra AP.
well, no, it's not +1 strength, it's just +1 AP. I'd have to just look that up. But right now I'm looking up. The wild hunter is on the charge, +1 attack, fury, lethal strike, and he's fearless, frenzy, and has light troops and unruly. That's not a good sign.
He's frenzied and unruly. Well, I mean, frenzy you just have to pursue.
Yeah. So that which can then lead you to. But what I found is it can really put you in a bad area, and he can't flee either. And then what else does he have? That's Spirit of the Whirlwind. Sylvan Blades, +1 attack, +1 strength, +1 AP. So yeah, and so let's see here.
Strength 5, AP
That's a
3.
Forest Prince. Starts at strength 4, it'll be strength 5. Oh, they changed. It used to be AP2. Now it's only AP1, but that's still
Oh,
AP1, AP2 for the blades,
AP3 for Whirlwind.
AP3 for the Spirit of the Whirlwind, and AP4. Nope, just AP3 because Spirit of the Whirlwind, and then he's got Devastating Charge, +1 attack, Fury. So let's see here. That's 1 attack, 2 attacks, 3 attacks because they're paired weapons. On so that thing's going in with 7 attacks.
Nice.
At
This is
strength 5, AP3, and shielding bark.
it's like an extra armor.
It is, but shielding bark, +1 hit point, age is 5 plus, fearless, tree singing. His weakness is flaming, and his armor is set to 4. So he's got a 3-up armor save.
So he's a 3 at 5. Okay, 3 at 5 up. Extra
Mhm.
health point. So he's 4 health point. Okay.
And then his BSB has entangled vines, which is this model gains impaling roots. When choosing equipment, during the round of combat, melee attacks from the chosen model must reroll successful hit rolls against the wielder. So look, I hit you. No, I really didn't. I thought better of it. You're too nice. Damn tree.
Did I really want to hit you? I take it back. Um, yeah, I mean, so you got the thicket shepherd with the thicket beasts. Got a meaty, yeah, we got a big unit of spears with the rending banner.
Kestrel
Sylvan
nasty
archers.
too.
Ooh, I
They're
love this.
strength 4 base, so strength 5. The Kestrel Knights AP1, AP2 for the light lance, AP3. Oh no, it's just AP2 because it's a light lance. And they have bows, and the freaking Kestrel itself is AP2.
There's a lot of
So you've
AP.
got in their height 3.
2 wounds?
Yeah, only 2 hit points each. I don't have shooting, so what does he care?
Yeah, right.
And Elven Cloak, I think, gives +1 armor. So he's got sitting there with a 4-up armor, hard target. Yeah, it's good. It's aggressive list. I think I don't think this will perform well against like the orcs and goblins because he's not going to be able to, other than the big brick of forest guard. It's a lot of bodies to chew through. The wild huntsman will chew through them, but I'm not sure they'll do it before they take wounds back.
Right.
Um,
You're still dealing with
so
pyromancy. You're still dealing with all the maggots that you'd have to charge through or run through you.
yeah, I'm not saying he loses. I'm just not. I'm saying it's an uphill fight for him. I think he can easily get a draw, but I'm not sure he can get a big win.
Yeah. And
So,
then
but that's where it's at. First, me, I don't want to touch the damn thicket beast because they don't move. Too many damn forest guard. So those are two, and the pathfinders. Everything else I don't care about. Those three. What about you?
no, it's I think he outgrinds me. I think some of my skirmishing elements I've played against so like different Sylvan lists before, and like the Corsairs are kind of like a fun little um kind of counter to them because they hit on fours anyway, so they don't really care about their Sylvan cloak
Okay.
shenanigans. Like the poison shooting and like all the I get the Pathfinders. I know he gets stand and shoot, but I also get stand and shoot with the black cloaks and the Corsairs. So that will be an interesting sort of dance. But like his wild huntsman just they outcharge me.
Hmm.
Um, I
So
can't.
let them charge your spheres.
Yeah, yeah. Like if I can, like thicket beasts are they're always hard. Like I can't, I've got the two big infantry blocks that thicket beasts I think they'll be all right. That archer unit, I mean, like 25 bows is not something I enjoy seeing, plus the 8 pathfinders. So, um, I just with Jeff, I you just have to be on your top game. Like he'll punish you for your mistakes, of course, and
Yes. Jeff is a
um,
really good player. Hear that, Jeff? I hate you. Yeah, Jeff is really good, extremely good player.
yeah. Um, so I think we have tools to deal with each other, but like because it's Jeff, I can't. It'll be an uphill battle for me for sure if I were to face that list.
No, I hear you, man. I hear you. All right.
Um, we got
Ooh,
Hully.
Mr. Holly. First
Oh,
off,
yeah, we got
tho-
two more to go.
if you anyone who doesn't know Brian, he is by far one of the best top-notch painters that we have in our gaming group area. And he unfortunately is moving out to the western part of the state. So whoever he doesn't start gaming with out there, when he's not visiting us here, you are going to greatly benefit from him. And he's one of the nicest damn guys you'll ever play. With that said, this army, I don't know what Brian's love of hobbits is. He's got a beautiful hobbit empire, whatever the hell he wants to, or goblin army. But basically they're all hobbits. This is entirely dead hobbits. He loves his hobbits, and they're beautifully painted.
It's oh my gosh, it is just an absolute treat. Um, yeah. So, oh my god, I'm so excited.
Yeah,
I'm so excited to
exactly.
see this army. And I'm excited for Brian too on his next steps
Yeah,
of his Germany,
yeah. His next
um,
adventure.
his
So,
next adventure. We
um,
we will miss you dearly.
so let's go through this list. I'm going to start from the bottom up because I feel like the vampires is what I have to actually look stuff up on. Barkalak has a 4 up, fortitude, vanguards, hatred, res 5, strength 5 or 6. He is mean. He only has one of them, fortunately, but he's still mean.
Yeah, I
Um,
think if you don't have like the tools to like deal with that guy, that Varklak he'll just ruin your day unsuspectingly.
hence I now have a flaming standard. Um, Spectral Hunters, eight. I think they're AP6. With and they're light troops and things like that. So I like them. I would have liked this unit better if it was a the casting one, but
Mhm.
points and everything else, and the fact that they have a 3-up Aegis save and the Phantom Hosts are a road stop, also have a 3-up Aegis save. So, and I think the Phantom Hosts are AP1 too. So these are the. I see Phantom Hosts going down the middle. I see Spectral Hunters being a flanking unit for after you get tied up with one of these other bricks.
I think,
Um,
yeah, Spectral Hunters in this list, I'd be curious to see how Brian plays them because, and I think what's something to note is that his general is battle line hero, so that really helps with the marching.
mhm.
Um, so I think he can be a bit more loose with his Spectral Hunters. Because
Yeah, I
otherwise
agree.
my fear would have been that they just get stuck kind of like not really being involved and then kind of dying. But I'd be curious to see. I bet you, yeah, they might surprise people. Do they innately have dying below? I know the Barrel Guard do, but
Oh, yeah, Barrel Guard. Ugh, bad, bad,
yeah, Barrel
bad
Guard is just
touch.
like that's just a unit that, yeah, you that's a really tough unit to deal with.
Like, why? Um,
Oh, and by the way, you didn't like the Barrel Guard? We do also have 34 ghouls with the Strigoi Ghoul Lord in
no, I don't care about that.
there. I know you don't, but like I
I,
do.
you do. Yeah, you're like, oh, look, they're a Barrel Guard and zombies that'll be like A models by the time I get to touch them.
Uh,
Um,
the thing that I'm like grateful for is that he doesn't have a court of that he doesn't have a court to buff those ghouls. Like the court and the ghouls together is just a really nasty combination. So I'm happy to not see a court of the damned
all
personally.
right. So here's all the rules on that unit. Besides the crumble ashes to ashes, exclusive ghostly form, they're fearless, ghost step, they cause terror, so horror,
Hmm.
light troops, swift stride, undead and unstable, and their ghostly form. I have no idea. Ghostly form is, I think, what gives them a 3-up, 5-up. So it's a 3-up against non-magical, 5-up versus magical. First strike +1 strength +1 AP. So there's strength 5 AP 5 first round of combat,
Okay.
flaming attacks, and magical attacks. So unless you have an Aegis save, you're up creek without a paddle. First round of combat, and you get 2 attacks each.
Offensive is 3 though, right?
Yes, but that's 12 attacks with that unit.
Indeed. I'm looking at ways that he could increase their hitting ability.
Let's see.
No, I don't see it.
Nothing.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, if he would have had taken Necro to get Alchemy for living,
Plus
like
one.
Living Steel. Living Steel would have been nice on that.
But the cool thing is he still gets I think Course of the Damned is the dying blow. So he can give them dying blow so he can get all their attacks in if he
Yes,
wanted to,
yes.
which is pretty ugh. Ugh.
And again, look at this. It's going with me. I have 5 units with no chaff, and he's got 1, 2, 3, 4. Granted, 2 of them are zombies. That's 40 zombies for 260 points. I can only take 6 knights for 260 points. So, boy, and 6 knights will not survive versus 40 zombies. I don't care what you say. Um,
You got to roll ones at some point for your armor save.
It's bound to happen. Oh wait, I just killed A's. I killed 3 zombies. Look, they grow back and more. They're like bunnies. They multiply. So yeah.
Next idea for Brian's new army, a
Oh,
Hobbit
he's
bunny
had that
army.
idea about bunnies. Don't go there. He's had that idea.
Okay.
Um, we looked at websites. Him and Brett. Um,
Oh,
so let's
oh
see.
yeah. The Banshee is those one of those little units. Again, for me, against me, I'm just like, ah, damn it.
I
He's
got the
got a
damn
Banshee.
Banshee. Well, hold on. We still have to go through the great. So he's got a unit chaff with the great bats and the special hunters in the buckle. So he still has chaff. 35 barrel guard with shields, lethal strike, dying blow, +1 to hit. Yeah, we're not gonna. And they come back.
Oh, don't forget
Um,
there's a vampire that will go in there too.
and a vampire will probably go in there. Yes. 34 ghouls, full commands, with a. I think they get bonus. I'd have to look up the Strigoi Ghoul Lord, but I think now they have a poison 5 and a fortitude save or something like that. So
I don't know if they have the fortitude. I think the cadaver wagon would have been the thing to give them fortitude, but I think you're right. They do have a poison 5 up from that Strigoi Lord, which is still like ugh. And then they get,
the
of
Ghoul
course, their
Lord, all rank and file models of their gain poison attacks. Though they already have poison attacks, didn't they?
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not sure why. Maybe just to give him poison attacks.
That's weird.
Or that's the guy who's in the barrel guard.
Whoa there. I could have sworn
Because
they had at one point there was a ghoul lord that gave them. James is saying they will have a 5 up poison.
same saying they have 5 of poison. I'm just reading, unless.
Oh, because poison stacks is what he's saying. Okay,
Thank you, James.
appreciate it.
And then Strigoi, this small parts armor set to 0, hit points are set to 4, loses metal armor, hatred, first strike, and a 4 up fortitude. Hence, I have flaming.
So we know where all
Um,
the attacks from your knights are going.
yeah, because I don't care. Yeah. Um, let's see. Zombies are zombies, and that other. So that's his Scorloid, and he's got the Whispers Chorus and Touch of the Reaper and Reaper's Harvest. I think that's and Hypnotic Pendant. All right, hold on. That Hypnotic Pendant. I don't know what it does in the new in in the new rules.
I think the Reaper's Harvest, if they didn't change it, it should still be the wounding on your courage value, like its strength.
Oh, and all the ghouls have parry.
Oh yeah, that's hypnotic pendant, right?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Love you, man. Love you.
Two big
And
units, 34 and 35 health points of parry.
Reaper's Harvest, AP 10, Divine Attacks, and Psychic Attacks.
Hmm.
And the strength is set to 10.
Set.
Yeah. Yeah, and then me not running my Tristan's Resolve. What was I thinking?
Oh no.
I miss my Tristans, but oh well.
Oh well.
Um, so I think those characters are scary. I still have to look up to see what the damn Banshee does.
I think the Banshee, she just does that screaming and like the sweeping it. It has like the scream and then like the.
Wailing Woe, 2D D6 plus 2, strength 4 AP ones that hit automatically at 8 inches. Um,
Ooh, does that have a stand and shoot? That would be kind of funny.
No, Martian shoot though.
Okay.
Used to have stand shoot. It has Brian's D3 plus one, strength 4 AP one. Um, unmodifiable? Don't know.
Interesting. Okay, so like grind attacks. Yeah, I've started seeing that with some of the newest freeze is like
Yeah,
grinds, for example, or impact hits can be are just like unmodifiable or something.
yeah. So basically, she can be chaff. She can actually go with the hosts or something. So yeah. All right.
This-
All right. Next list. Last.
yeah,
I think personally, this is a rough list for me because my whole premise is to break you. What's the
yeah,
break?
yeah, he's not
It
breaking.
no. It's going to sit there and say you suck. Um, the barrel guard actually kill a single knight's penitent per unsaved wound because they're multi wounds two
Yep, yep.
against height one
Oh,
and two
so you're, yeah, definitely, yeah.
with lethal strike. I look, I can make noises all damn day. This is for me personally. This is a red.
That's your red.
So oh, it is absolutely a red. But that's nothing new. All right. What about you?
For me, because it's a fairly compact list, I'd have to find a way to like pick my target and like focus my energy on dealing with like the one or two target, like the one or two like specific targets that I need to like combo charge.
Hmm.
Um, and then if I'm able to get through that target, then it's like hopefully I have enough to like deal with the other main target, right? The two big targets are of course the barrel guard and the ghouls. I can't really deal with the barrel guard to be honest, unless it's like unless I know I can like just combat res it and combo charge it to death. Um,
The way I have to deal with that unit bear guard is everything else needs to be dead, and then everything I have goes into that one unit.
exactly, right.
Yeah.
Luckily for me, like for me, I think this is a yellow. Um, but those are some very tough units for me to get through. It does take a very concentrated effort. Um, I just have to be, yeah, mindful of it. I do think I can pick up points from the unit because he does have to feed me units to prevent me from combo charging. Um,
I
but
think you have the attacks and stuff in your favor too, but
yeah,
I want nothing to do with this list. It's for me. This is a mean list, and I look forward
so
to seeing it on the table because he's shown pictures of it. It's beautiful.
it's so beautiful. Yeah. All
Yeah.
right, last one. Oh wait, I'm
All right.
sorry. This actually wait, is this the last one? Right, because we did
I don't
Ben.
know. You made the list, but this is he just put this up there tonight, and he's Sunday round robin with Ben and I.
Nice. So this should be the last list of the night.
Well, why don't
So
you go forward one slide, and if there's nothing there, jump back.
no, it's 10 slides, so I'm aware.
Oh, well then fine then.
I didn't want to ruin the pictures yet,
Oh,
but we're going with uh have I met? I don't think I've even met Rich. I feel like I maybe I
you
have.
have, but I know you have, but yeah, it's been a while. He's has a young baby and stuff like that. So
Oh,
and
congratulations, sir.
yeah, and he's also been working on his golf game.
Ooh,
Yep. So so yeah, I want to try to go golfing with him here one of these days. All right, let's start bottom up. Flares, bows. I don't think they come with the lash anymore, so that's just pure chaff.
yeah. That's kind of a bummer. Loses a little flavor there.
Well, no, you've always needed the lash for that.
All right. So,
All
and then a
right.
warrior chariot. Okay.
Yep. And then chosen knights of envy.
Envy gives them maximized, if I'm not mistaken. I love how this becomes like a nice little test of memory.
Yeah, I'll say it like this. I got old. My memory sucks now. Envy, but you are charge range and pursuit distances are maximized. You win the prize, you young whippersnapper.
Now, Forsworn are interesting here.
That's a nasty, nasty unit.
With great weapons. Damnation.
So first off, they have sword and a half. So they are going to have parry.
Right.
Only 2 attacks each, so we're only talking 12 attacks. However, if he loses combat and fails his discipline test, the unit, you let's say, and how many wounds do they each have?
Probably 3.
Yeah, so they have 3 hit points each. So let's say you have 2 units on 2 wounds on one model, and he's down to like 4 models. The unit gets removed, and 4 fresh, unwounded, Forsaken get put in their place.
Just is it just 4? Is it like straight 4?
It's a straight. However models he had left, in which case in my
Oh.
example was 4, gets replaced.
Oh. Hmm.
And those things for you have grinds, and I
Yeah, I
think
would
they
hate
have
that.
the killing blow or whatever that is. I think they always get to attack.
Right. They always get to attack. Oh my god, I hate that. For me.
Oh, for me
If
too, because it's like I'm going to blow you. No, you're going to sit there and wiggle your finger at me and then charge my flank.
it's a that's a whole perverse sort of situation.
Yes.
Um yeah, okay, but then they're still, forsworn with great weapons. Like it's not like you can just like, oh yeah, I'll just like kill the unit and
Oh, and there's still speed 6 too. Yeah.
Ugh. Then we
All
got
right.
warrior knights just with okay, so wrath with lances and a banner of speed. Oh, they're fresh meat. Yes, let's go. Wait, so if they're fresh meat, shouldn't I thought you could always take 10 warrior knights.
Yes, but he's over 600 points.
Oh, that's why. That's what the fresh meat does.
Yes.
Okay. It's the point thing.
Yes.
Okay.
And so you can take 10 warrior knights. It's the 10 warrior knights wrath with banner of speed.
There you go. Okay. I understand now. Ooh.
So they have hatred.
Oh.
First round of combat.
Strength
9.
7 on the
Yeah.
charge or strength 6?
I like sloth with great weapons, maybe a little bit better, but that'll be mean. 9 fallen or 9 fallen, 20 paired weapons with wrath. And Zealot's banner, they did change that before the freeze. And it's really good now. Gain extra support 3. So,
Oh, ooh. Oof. That's a
so
unit with
here's
a
the
lot
thing.
of attacks.
I personally, I'd be running them probably 6 wide. Yeah, because that would put one dude on either side of a 20 of a so 20 millimeters, 5 wide is 100, and 425 that's 100. So that would give you the extra 2 guys. So that's 6, 12, 36 attacks at strength, offensive 6, strength 4.
Strength 4 AP1. So yeah, they like to shred all the
Yeah, this is an anti-infantry
infantry.
list, really, because those guys will shred. The Sky Lord with thrice symbol of slaughter will shred, and then he's got occultism too. -1 to wound, -1 to wound, -1 AP for blood curse,
Increase
pentagram
the
pain,
age save.
reversal, grave calls.
Ugh.
And then let me look up what Dark Familiar does, unless you know off the top of your head.
I do not, unfortunately.
Sorcerer. All right.
Yeah, I really like
Dark
occultism.
Familiar. Learn spells gain +3 range. Aura spells are +3 inch range. So that Grave Calls is 18 inch, and yeah, it's something to keep in mind.
And he's on the sky wheel, so he can fly around and just nuke you.
No, no, no. Is he? Yeah, he's on a sky wheel. No one took cannons. That's a shame.
So yeah, he's got two sky wheel dudes flying around.
Yeah.
Combat one and a wizard one.
Um, I'm interested to see how this does. I've seen some stronger lists, in my opinion. Like I've been seeing a dragon with Banner of Speed and other stuff on it. Um, his warriors here, I think, are solid, depending on what they're going up against. The Fallen or Chaff, the Warrior Knights. Again, I would have rather seen Sloth with great weapons. Forsworn. Forget the Warrior Knights. Just take two of the Forsworns. Um, and then the Chosen Knights are still very good, and I think they pair well with the Sky Wheel if you're able to get them both in. And again, another unit of Chaff. So I want to see how this does. I'm not. I think it's solid. So I definitely want to see how this does.
Yeah, I'd be curious. Yeah, I'd, I'd be curious.
Yeah,
I think the Forsworn, I think, are going to be his like
those little
MVP
rat
in my
bastards.
opinion. I like them a lot. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know. And
All right.
that
So, and who do you think is going to take it away?
who do I think?
Yeah.
So
So
uh
remember, Jeff and Lynn are Sunday with Ben and everyone else is Saturday. So Saturday, who do you think takes it?
wait, oh, so Jeff is not Saturday.
Jeff is Saturday. Jeff is not Sunday.
Okay.
Lynn and Rich, Ben and I are Sunday. Um, Ben and I and everybody else, with the exception of Lynn and Rich, are Saturday.
So I think for the Saturday group, I think Jeff takes it. However, I think he can be upset by Wynn's list if he gets into Wynn's list.
He's not playing Lynn because Lynn's playing Sunday.
Oh, I thought Wynn was doing both days.
No, Lynn's just playing Sunday.
Oh, I think Jeff takes Saturday.
Yeah, I think Jeff's going to take Saturday too. Curse you, Jeff.
Um,
Curse you.
oof. Sunday is that's tough because you got you, Lynn, Jeff again.
No, not Jeff.
Not oh god. Oh
Ben.
my it's almost past my bedtime. Forgive me. So I think
Ben, me, Lynn, Rich.
Lynn takes it
Okay.
on Sunday. I think Lynn will take it on Sunday.
All right. All right. Lynn, that's going to be a tall order.
I think he will. But the big question mark I have is like how I see your list do against his because I feel like on paper, like he has the spears and the AP and the alchemy, like he has the list to beat yours. But never say never.
Fair enough.
I don't know. Like I just don't know. Right? Um I've seen, obviously you're an incredibly experienced player and like you know how to play against tough matches. Like
We'll see what happens. As long as it is, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what
All
happens.
right.
So I called Jeff Saturday and then Lynn Sunday. How about you?
I think Jeff Saturday, me Sunday.
Oh, okay.
I'm not trying to be
Okay.
cocky. I think I've got a slightly stronger list, and I I know I think I'm learning how to play it really well.
Okay. All right. Well, regardless, it's going to be awesome and fun.
Absolutely, absolutely. Toy
um,
model, little toy soldiers will die.
so this is the final slide, of course. Thanks everyone who've made it this far, who've been watching, who've been participating in the chats. The chat has been like, they've been having conversations. I love it. And I just want to point out that this is a picture going back to when Brian Holly came and visited us for like a nice little one day, a couple of games.
Hmm.
He brought his Infernal Dwarves, and I just wanted to showcase just his skill here. Those are his what are they called? Incarnates, like the way that he did the fire. Those are his flaming incarnates, and then unfortunately, those dragon princes are charging, so those incarnates are may not be long for the table in that moment, but no, it's just a nice little celebration, and I'm excited to see Brian Saturday. I'm excited to see you Saturday. Thank you so much for hosting this, Mark. And yeah, any final thoughts?
No, it's as you just I agree as you just said about Brian, and that's I think a great representation. And also, that is your unit there that he's playing against, is it not?
That is indeed.
Yeah, you're no slouch yourself, my friend.
I appreciate
Brian
that.
edges you out, but you're no slouch.
I do
Um,
appreciate that, and I agree.
yeah, and no, I think that we are still maintaining out here on the East Coast, and I know West Coast is going real strong as well with Ninth Age. Um, and it, the best thing I can say is, toy soldiers, don't take it seriously, have fun. And I think that doing this like in a park, going to different stores and things like that, I think we'll be able to revitalize this.
Awesome.
All
Well,
right,
that being said, thank you so much, Mark. And yeah, let's have some fun. Ciao,
absolutely.
ciao for now, y'all.
All right, take care. Happy gaming.
Happy gaming.